please do put your hands together in appreciation for the artists and their enthralling performances tonight. Who has conducted the entire program, Mrs. Pompa. And the Mahatma we have Banerjee. And myself, Tirthankar. On the tabla, I'm told Sajib, Choudhury. She and I provided the continuity on stage. The recitations were performed by Srabantika, Dasgupta, and Sanjay. I'd like to hand over to Jayanta, who would like to say a few words in conclusion and wrap up tonight's proceedings.
Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings an end to tonight's program. And before we wrap up this evening's proceedings, I wanted to raise a vote of thanks to all those who have worked tirelessly in making this evening's performance a memorable occasion for all of us. Of course, I speak on behalf of both Sujoya and myself, so I hope you will excuse us if we omit to thank each other. The Curse Redeemed has truly been a project very, very close to my heart for over a decade, and one really that I had never expected to be able to bring onto the stage. Therefore, at the very outset, I must thank the one individual who has provided us with the platform to be able to present what has been a dream project of mine this evening, for having had the confidence and conviction in our ability to deliver this project, and really for her insistence in making it the central feature of this evening's video. Our very dear Pompa, our respected Pompa, Mrs. Pompa, without whose active support, without her support, encouragement and guidance, we really would not have been performing this feature tonight. Pompa, heartfelt thanks to you for everything. A project like this requires the active collaboration really of a lot of talented individuals, without whose participation and engagement we could not have put up a show. And to this effect, we are truly grateful to all the artists on stage with us, to the eminent musicians, noted elocutors and thespians, who have really brought grace, magic and beauty to our performance. And if any of the songs sounded good, it is only thanks to all of them for collaborating with us. They have been introduced to you already. I thank you all, each and every one of you, from the bottom of our hearts, for really standing by our side, I should say, sitting by our sides today. In this context, I must also thank two dear ladies in India who have been with us through this journey. My mother-in-law, Mrs. Shumita Rai, for having coached Sujoya on some of the renditions of her songs this evening, and my mother, Mrs. Devjani Rai, who at my insistence, and insistence it was indeed, very painstakingly had to provide us with the musical notations for Sujoya's last song this evening, Borobishwara, and coached her in its rendition as well. This is a unique version that is at odds with the published notation and the usual pattern of singing this song, one that Ma had learned directly from Shuchitra Mashi, the late Shuchitra Mitra, and she was able to pass on to Sujoya for this evening. I also thank our dear respected Kothari ji, who was with us for the first half of the show, and he's now sitting upstairs, Mr. Madhukar Kothari, a senior exponent of the Patna. Kothari ji has been associated with NUPUR for time immemorial, and this was really a humble tribute by us to him. He is usually with us on stage. We thought this time, we insisted actually that he get a different perspective of the evening's performance. So I hope, thank you so much for your support. I hope you could understand and follow this evening's performance. Thank you so much for everything. I also thank, ladies and gentlemen, the members of NUPUR, all my fellow students, Sujoya and my fellow students, who have worked tirelessly, both in front of the stage and behind the scenes, without whose help and support really this evening's program would not have been possible. Specifically, I must thank Shunit Lahiri for his customary role in the setup, arrangement, and silent but critical and continuous assistance with the sound system and microphones throughout the show. Truly measure, thank you so much. Also, I must thank Sangeet and Shotipado Dash for arranging and providing us with some of the sound equipment this evening. Mr. Oshit Dash for manning our ticket desk this evening in, again, his customary fashion. Shayan Mointro for his invaluable assistance in designing the publicity posters for this event and for translating some of the songs in the first program this evening. And of course, Sri Alok Dhar, Alok Misho, Shubhesh Purkayasto, Shati Dash, Nripen Dev, Raj Malayathil, and a few of our guests, Mr. Shanti Jagatia and our very own Shahadat, for their invaluable assistance and presence throughout this show. And then two young ladies, Shumona Rahman, both for providing continuity during our performance and for our kind words of introduction. And of course, Sohini Purkayasto for acting as such a superb MC for this evening's performance. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, there are many others who I should name who have been performing various activities throughout this afternoon and evening, without whose wholehearted active and enthusiastic participation, none of this would have been possible. I apologize for not being able to name all of you individually. We are really humbled by the way in which you have stood by us to make this evening a memorable occasion for us. I would also like to thank everybody who's helped in publicizing tonight's program, assisting us in selling tickets for this evening's show, and of course the response from all of you has been truly overwhelming, encouraging, and humbling for us. I must specifically thank one family who are not members of NUPUR, but active music enthusiasts in London, who have volunteered their services to help with the proceedings today, assisting us with a number of thankless, horrible tasks really throughout the afternoon and evening, particularly overwhelmed by this gesture of theirs, which has been of immense help to all of us. They are the Dasgupta family, represented by my Didi Ratna Dasgupta and her nephew, Mr. Anirban Shen. They are truly grateful for everything for this trip. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, big thanks to all of you in the audience who have given us your valuable time and have come to grace our performance tonight, making time in your diaries for this evening, despite so many cultural musical events in London that keep happening, and more importantly, despite the men's final at Wimbledon, which really should have kept you glued to the TVs, but once again, we're truly humbled, and I hope, whilst probably not in the same league as Nadal, we might have been able to give you some amount of entertainment today. I wish you all a safe journey home, and we hope to see you at all future NUPUR events. Pompa gave you some details of all of them. They're in the brochure as well, the leaflet that you've all been given. That's all from all of us. Thank you. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again to Sujoya and Jayanta Ray and all the other artists on stage for a truly special evening. If you could just bear with me for a minute, I just have a couple of announcements to make on behalf of the Tagore Centre UK. Many of you will be attending, hopefully, the unveiling of the bust at Gordon Square on 7th July. Please do remember to bring your photographic identification